Hey everyone, Senraikai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 11th episode of Soul Eater. So last episode, went on a bit of an adventure, just Black Star and Tsubaki, to a needle pokey village, going after this enchanted blade, enchanted sword, which is what the subs called it. I wasn't really convinced by the translation, so I went to go, look up what the original, look up the original word, see what that meant. And I believe the word that they were using is, right here, Yoto. And again, Jisho dictionary gives a few definitions for that. Bewitched sword, magical sword, demon sword. So based on that, yeah, enchanted sword is probably fine, as far as like being accurate enough, but I'm going to call it a demon sword because that just sounds a lot cooler. So that's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, they go up to the demon sword, and he's, causing trouble, possessing this kid, attacking, and obviously, yeah, the relationship with Tsubaki adds an extra layer of things, so we ended off with just, I think Tsubaki went inside of him, and now we're just going to have Tsubaki versus Nissan, the Demon Blade, get to duke it out. So that should be cool to watch. Hopefully Tsubaki can work through some things through this, any issues that she has. So yeah, let's just jump on in and see how that goes. As always, if you enjoy the video, please click that like button and support me on Patreon for early access and access to the picture-in-picture version. So yeah, let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. We had a two-parter, so I thought they might skip it this time. They did not. Which is fine. It doesn't take up that much time. Yeah, woman strong. Blacks are the blood dripping down their face, making it look extra cool. I like how she's narrating even though she wasn't a part of any of this. Nissan. Medo Nissan. Nisaksu. Betty Naisu. Yep. I was paying attention. Don't worry. Sort of. I don't need the... I watched the last episode. I know what's going on. I don't really need the recap. But you're doing a fine job. It's just not for me, okay? Bum 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 bum. Musically, that might be my favorite part of the opening. There's that part there, just because I always feel the need to like sing along with it. It's not really singing, but you know what I mean. Make the sounds. Bum 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 bum. Anyone else want to see Maka fight Ruby? Scythe on scythe action. I refer to Ruby Rose from Ruby. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, Tsubaki. I guess the body's kind of abandoned right now. So, hopefully they don't cause trouble. Because, like, right now Black Star is by himself and has to take care of the body. And he's all banged up. This is looking pretty bad. The real question is, why are you hitting someone who's not defending themselves? He'll tucker himself out eventually, or break the stick, whichever comes first. If I was Black Star, I'd punch the kid, but, that's just me. It's definitely a terrible idea to do so. Anyway, let's go. Look at this guy looking like he's just out of her league. Not even struggling to block. You know, you're to blame for her self-esteem issues. Only blossoming. That's plenty good. I don't know why you're being dismissive of that. This is not going well. Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. Like, it's all like a metaphorical representation of, you know, their souls and stuff, so it's not like real bleeding, but it's still got to do some damage in a sense. I feel like you should take responsibility for your own actions, man. Nothing pisses me off quite like seeing somebody get attacked who's literally doing nothing. They are partners after all. If they were hitting Tsubaki, that would really piss me off. I would punch my screen in order to hit them. Bento Chu, eating lunch. Hey, you gotta eat. Tug of war is a good way to describe it. So basically, they're trying to suck each other up. A game of cat and mouse, if you will. Just stab it, yeah. Just gave up. Yeah, she's definitely at a disadvantage, you could say. But, you know, this is anime after all. We'll work through it. I knew she loved her. Now kiss you too. I'm sure we're gonna get into that. Because it's cool. I mean, probably love. She probably doesn't want to hurt you. Sucking her pretty hard. For generations. However. I mean, that's pretty good thing to get, man. It's a cool sword. Well, she was probably worthy. Killy. You got issues, man. And stop acting so pitiful. I feel like you should probably aspire for a different path in life. Oh no. Come on, stop sucking her so hard. Meanwhile, the Stick Brigade, which I knew was going to increase in number. Because, you know, if you see long enough him not defending yourself, the more cowardly people will join in once they realize there'll be no consequences of their actions. He's something, alright. I mean, he's not wrong. So you're gonna die, is what you're saying. That's not a good thing. More like your age is too young, so you act very chuny. My friend Tsubaki's into it, so... She is such a nice girl. She just met her, Hardy calls her a hoe. How rude. Tsubaki, Buki desu. What an introduction. You know, you really can't take this level of head abuse. The man has enough brain damage as it is. But you touch her, I kill you. Yeah, he's not gonna let this happen. Yeah, I could have told you he's not gonna sit back and let that happen. You want to get punched? That's how you get punched. Yeah, just try it. Kid really pisses me off. I'm sure she smells lovely, okay? I would gladly sniff her if given the chance. And be very grateful for the opportunity. Can we play Onigoko? There we go. Kimai, now that I think about it, wasn't that the kicking ball game that was referenced from the one character in Kimetsu no Yaiba, or was that something else? It just clicked with me. I mean, if we were about to cut that shirt off, I can get behind that, but anything else is definitely not okay. I mean, again, luckily this is not completely real. I mean, it's real, it's not physical. Like, that looks pretty bad with the sucking, but I'm sure we can still spit her out. Like, she's the main character, we're not just gonna kill her off. They wouldn't do that to me with my Tsubaki. Like, Blackstar will suck her out if he has to. Like, we can crawl ourselves out of there or something. She has charm, so much of it. Like, I like Maka and all, but, like, Tsubaki has that just... She's a different type of character. I don't want to say anything rude to Maka, but she's just a much more lovely, feminine, cute, likable, nice girl, right? So, we can't lose her. Yeah. As soon as she said that, I kind of doubted that she actually wanted to do that, because it was too fast of an answer. Somebody hit their growth spurt. I really feel like you're just not understanding her. There, he's there to pick her up when she's down. Suddenly she's alone and hit her growth spurt. Oh, that triple take. Yeah, she's got her serious face now. Let's go. Knew she'd crawl out of there. No matter how hard Nissan sucks her, It's not going to be hard enough. Tell him. A lot of projecting going on with him. I'm gonna stop you, Nissan. You know, I bet she smells way better than you do. Yeah, this is what I want to see. Even got some chills. I do have a lovely smell, and you will never take that away from me. Ah, she looks so cool when she goes all ninja. Yeah, can't touch this. Ha. Ha. Oh, damn. Yeah, that level of power behind Tsubaki's strike. How about I suck you, Nissan? I thought you already did that. You're confusing me now. I guess it was kind of a middle ground sort of thing. But I'm sure it's fine. But she was doing well. Let's not panic. I'm sure it's fine. What are you gonna do? Hit the sword with it? Poke it with a stick. Speaking of stage performance, I'm sure she would make a lovely idol. Okay, admittedly that does look kind of bad, but I'm still sure it's fine. She was able to express herself, what she's been thinking, what she's been feeling. Okay, yeah, that's, okay, that looks much better. He's half the man he used to be. Finally, he can admit it as his last words. Now let's time to eat you, Nissan. I'm sorry, I know it's supposed to be a sad scene, but like... For some reason, it's not making me feel very sad. Like... Probably just because, you know, he's a new character that I don't have much emotional attachment to. And I already went into this arc expecting him to die, you know, or be eaten, or, you know. And he's a bad guy, you know. But he does have a tragic story, for sure. She does sound pretty upbeat, but we don't know how much that's being enforced. We definitely gotta get Black Star cleaned up, though. Hug to make her feel better. He's a good partner after all. There we go. Let the tears flow, girl. Yeah, so when he hit people with sticks, guys, he's got a hard head. I'm sure he's okay. One more for the road. You know, he gets to hug an amazing girl like Tsubaki, so, you know, that hit I kind of get. You know, I kind of feel it. I can empathize with that one. Like, you know, Ryuju Bakahatsu Shiro. Whatever. It's been a while since I've said that phrase, but you know what I mean. Yeah. They are lame, he's not wrong. It probably would be a good idea to leave. How do you keep finding these rocks? I remember the same one. Yeah, enjoy being a bunch of country bumpkins that don't know anything and wallow in their own ignorance and bitterness. See, that might be the smartest thing the village has said so far. If you're gonna hate someone, you should hate them on an individual level, not because they're part of a group they didn't choose to be a part of. Keep expecting the guillotine to like fall down as we walk through. Hey, all the characters didn't get to do anything this Stark. Finally. And the girls. Clear gender segregation here. Never underestimate the main characters. I doubt it, but I'll bite. What are you doing? A new... Like, oh, can she become the sword now? Oh, that's cool if that's true. She can become the Japanese blade. Yeah, demon sword mode. There she is. She even got the nice glow to it. That's awesome. We finally have a samurai main character. Pretty awesome stuff. Can he not handle it? Was it too much for him? May have to get used to it. I mean, yeah, I guess there's really high level form. See, I guess he's not completely dead because she did kind of just, you know, take him in, you know, inherit his existence. So he lives on in Tsubaki, you could say. Yeah, Tsubaki definitely in a better mood now. And that episode kind of zoomed down by, didn't it? If only the two of them played house instead. Wanna be. I do hope we get some cool fighting scenes with the new form of Tsubaki. Okay, we just have the preview. So yeah, that was the 11th episode of Soul Eater. Really cool episode. I mean, we pretty much knew what we would get here. Tsubaki versus Nissan, the Demon Blade, 1v1 in like a, you know, metaphorical, symbolic, non-physical, ethereal. I'm not sure the best word to describe it would be, but you know what I mean. You know, a non-physical fight that just uses, you know, the character models to represent that, right? Because otherwise, you just want to see the vacuum, the whole time. But yeah, it was cool to see that. Obviously, seeing Tsubaki get so injured is never fun, especially the part where where she's already on the ground with that kind of like sad pitying him kind of look as he just like slowly runs the blade across the cheek while she's making no attempt to defend herself, right? Like you already commented before how that kind of thing pisses me off. Somebody attacking someone who's making no effort to defend themselves. Like, just how much of an asshole do you have to be to do that? Like, because I imagine myself, if there was something I really hated, to the point where I wanted to, punch them or hit them with something, right? And I do that a few times, and they make no attempt to dodge or leave or retaliate. No matter how much I hate them, after a few hits, like, I wouldn't be able to keep going. Like, I would feel like an asshole doing that. So whenever I see someone who is able to do that, just attack someone like that, like, that's always what I think. Just like, what a horrible person they are, So, and when you deal with a character I care about, it like, multiplies how much it pisses me off. And we got that here. Obviously, Blackstar I don't really like that much, but, still bothers me to see people do that to him. Tsubaki, of course, bothers me a lot more, right? Because I do love her a lot, and she is just a very good girl that was nothing but kind to him, but he obviously has his own issues, takes things the wrong way, builds up that undue resentment, whatever it's called, right? To the point where it blows up like this. So, I am glad that eventually Tsubaki was able to, pull herself together, see how she's really feeling, fight back, and in the end, win the fight, absorb Nissan, become the Blade. It's all great to see. So, yeah, they really just snapped their fingers, got the Sakuga up there, and just, really cool stuff there when we got to the what's the best word for it? When Tsubaki flipped the switch and started to, take it seriously. Like, when we got to that point, animation quality definitely went up, so that was cool to see. Her just, rushing towards him, dealing with all of his attacks. Really great to see. But, yeah, also the visualization of Blackstar picking up the flower that's supposed to represent her. That was a nice symbolic touch right there. Because having Blackstar as a partner definitely has made a big difference in Tsubaki's life. And we even got to see, what I assume was supposed to be their first meeting, when Blackstar was up on the thing and making his proclamations and everyone leaves, and then Tsubaki just walks up and is like, hi, my name's Tsubaki, I'm a weapon, and all that good stuff, and they became partners there. That was good to see too. This was definitely a good episode to have that sort of scene, that sort of flashback in it, right? Because it's easy for the audience to think, why is such an amazing girl like Tsubaki with such a problematic, problem child, reckless dummy of a Meister with Blackstar, right? But of course, Blackstar is not all negatives. I made my opinion on him clear, but it does, that doesn't mean I don't acknowledge his ability to an extent, and that he is a good guy underneath all of that boasting, bravado, ego, whatever you want to call it. Underneath all of that, he is a good person. I never denied that. So, offering her the hug and all that and caring about her feelings, it is a good thing. It is good stuff to see. It is always funny to see a person who's taller than the other person, dive into the hug, because they kind of have to, drop to their knees to be able to do that sort of, I'm sad and upset, make me feel better sort of style of hug, right? So it always looks funny, and it looked funny here. But, yeah. Also, yeah, when the kid was about to hit Tsubaki with a stick, I had a feeling at some point in the episode it would transition to that. And I also was pretty sure Blackstar would not let it happen, and he delivered on that front. He was like, "You dare do that? I'll shove this stick up your butt." I mean, he didn't actually say that, but I'm sure he would have. I would have. But also a little bit of hugging between Liz and Beth. I want to say that's their names. But the sisters, right? So they love each other, which is good to see. I wouldn't mind getting more bonding scenes between the two of them. Because sisters that love each other in anime is one of those things I've always enjoyed. So any of that they want to give me, I would gladly take. But yeah, I think that's about everything I really have to say on the episode. Just Tsubaki absorbed him. She's at a better place, mentally now. She knows that she does have a fragrance after all, right? And Yeah, Tsubaki is great. I'm glad she was able to go through her character arc here, and become better, stronger by the end of it. I'm just kind of skimming through the episode, see if there's anything else I wanted to touch on, but I don't think so. We had Stein, Frankenstein acknowledge their ability, something about these kids, I underestimated them or whatever. But yeah, definitely true. But good episode. Good episode. I wonder what we're going to do next time. Obviously, we've kind of been taking turns to an extent, so maybe we'll get some more Maka Soul stuff next time. I don't know, because I don't watch the preview, because I do like to be as blind as I can going into anime. But yeah, and as far as Death the Kid goes, he already had kind of like a shared scene before with the Excalibur and all that, so which I think was episode 9. But so my guess is we're gonna have some Maka Soul focus. We'll see. Either way, we still have to deal with the whole black blood inside of him thing, the curse, Medusa. There's still a lot to explore there. This was an interesting arc, but it was very short, self-contained sort of thing. Whereas the Medusa black blood curse arc, whatever you want to call it, that's obviously gonna probably be more of a long-term thing. But so we do have to check in on that every once in a while, which could be next episode. But anyway, that's it. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.